Very, very proud to be part of the government that made this possible, and I'm just overcome with joy to see what's happened here.
Years in the making, the Kitching Creek Central Flowway project is finally complete. The November 2015 ceremonial ribbon cutting marked the final phase in the long process of restoring this property south of Bridge Road.
The basic plan in a nutshell is to use natural storage as a means to restore the river, and that's what's happened here.
Project manager Michael Houston is talking about the Loxahatchee. The river and its fragile ecosystem depend on a perfect mix of fresh and salt water. When that balance is thrown off, plant and animal species die and the health of the estuary declines.
Kitching Creek is this northern tributary to the Loxahatchee River, and what's happened is we've done such an effective job at draining the land that there's no water left in the dry season for the Loxahatchee. So what's happening is you're losing the freshwater swamps that are so unique and that are so important to the Loxahatchee.
The Atlantic Ridge watershed, just north of the project, supplies most of the water to Kitching Creek. That ultimately flows to the Loxahatchee. But engineering techniques used years ago to make Florida livable are costing our ecosystems now.
If you're planning on building a house somewhere, obviously you don't want to put it in a swamp. And if you look at what Florida was at one point in time, it was a big giant swamp. So in order to facilitate development, they had to drain the land.
And that is what throws the balance off. The water drains from the wetlands too quickly, leaving them empty during the winter dry season, and throwing off the mix of fresh and salt water downstream in the estuary.
Our goal is to not only stop that process, stop the loss of those freshwater swamps, but we're also trying to restore and hopefully eventually in time to create conditions that are favorable for the cypress and the freshwater plant communities to come back.
That's what's been done here at the Kitching Creek Central Flowway project. Houston, who spent numerous hours on site over several years, overseeing different aspects of construction, says the transformation of this land is amazing.
Anybody who saw what this site was like before we started our construction are just shocked, just absolutely shocked. It's unbelievable that it's the same place.
The land, once privately owned, was used for many years as a vegetation recycling site. It was basically a dumping ground for yard debris and waste.
So there were these big debris piles. People would bring in their vegetation, their trees. You'll see some rocks out here as well, and boulders and things like that. So people just brought all their junk out here, basically.
The site, a strategic location to create a storage lake, was purchased by Martin County in 2009 for $2.5 million, much of which was paid for through a 2006 voter-approved referendum allowing the county to collect taxes for land acquisition and conservation. Shortly thereafter, the long excavation process began. Construction on the lake began in 2014.
In all, we've dug out about 300,000 cubic yards of material.
Of the total $6 million project, about $4 million of that was supported primarily with grant funding from FEMA and the South Florida Water Management District. Martin County covered the rest.
So the citizens directly contributed to acquiring this land and helping us to restore it and restore the Loxahatchee River.
Michael, this is just really a gorgeous park here.
It is. It's amazing. It's beautiful. You have so many different flowering plants out here, like the purple pickerel weeds over on the right, and duck potatoes with their white flowers. You can see there's a canoe kayak trail that goes right down through the middle of this. So it's a pretty neat place to come and visit.
With a new 24-acre lake, a restored 9-acre wetland, and 55,000 new plants, the property has been turned into a pristine natural area and is bringing wildlife and people back. While the benefits to the ecology are numerous from this project, it's really nature lovers that are enjoying the area the most. Bird watchers have come and said they've seen dozens of species of birds. You can also bring a horse out here on the trails or even launch a kayak.
You're creating habitat for animals. You're also helping to clean up the water that is flowing down through the system. And it's a really good project. It's really done a great job at holding and capturing water. The wildlife love this place. There's tons of birds out here all the time. and I think it's very effective at accomplishing what we wanted it to accomplish.
For Martin County Television, I'm Bob Hoganson.